Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
And we are an hour from Try It Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We try stuff. That's why we call it Try It Tuesday. I know this involves a drink. Alcoholic? No.
Nope.
Oh,
Healthy.
What is so unique about this drink? And it could be terrible or it could be pleasantly surprising.
This person has a business she started, and she's going to bring it in here, and we're going to be honest with it. I told her, you can bring it, but, we're not going to...
No holds barred.
You know Sam's not going to be honest.
Well,
Sam is going to barf in a trash can before she says, I don't like this.
This is so toaster.
Sam's epic nightmares have to be confrontational with someone.
I don't have to be mean about it.
their
I'll tell, you,
face.
I'll tell you the
It's
truth.
not like you're going to say, "Oh, this is revolting."
Well, no, but I know this girl. She can't say, I'm not a fan of this.
That's how people do it.
I'm not excited
That's you being
about
brutal.
this one.
She'll back away.
Blame it on the baby.
So good.
Blame it on the pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
My
I think my taste buds are off.
different.
So this really, maybe if I wasn't pregnant, it would taste good.
She'd be like Homer Simpson in the bushes.
Just
After
backing
she
up.
Yeah,
tastes
backing
it, she'd
up.
just back up.
Or,
notices
shockingly,
her.
Sam might want to chug like a gallon of this drink because she'll think it's so delicious.
It might be really good.
And it might
Never.
send us all to the bathroom. We're not sure. What is going to be the after effect of this drink that Eric has found to bring in here?
9 o'clock hour could
Diuretic.
be dangerous.
It's a diuretic
Nobody's on
or
the show.
not.
Just don't say diarrhea.
Well, it's a diuretic, right? That makes you go to the bathroom. Could be. Let's see what happens in an hour. Good times.
It's time for Revenge
For the truly wronged, sometimes all you have left is revenge.
on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Definitely parental discretion is advised always when we do
Well,
revenge.
because we can't
You never
trust Eric.
know.
Let's just be honest. We can't trust him. Sometimes we put all our trust
I'll
with Eric.
defend him.
All the eggs are in the basket.
How many times, Eric, have
And
you
we'll
been
look at him and say, what were you thinking?
I'm
baited
bad.
and switched?
I'm probably getting 90% right.
Yeah, but that 10% really burns.
Sometimes,
still 10%.
sometimes they'll come on and they'll just spill something on us that we had no idea.
That's a rough
let's
week
go
when that happens.
To
Yeah.
KRBE.com. Keep it all in order there. That's how you reach out to us for revenge. If somebody messed with you, you got them back. They don't know you got them back. We get them on the phone. You tell us what they've done, and then you reveal it to us all at the same time. Danielle reached out. Let's get her story. Good morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Danielle, who is it you're seeking revenge on? Who do you want to get back?
My coworker, Veronica. Veronica is my supervisor, and I'm a nurse, and I've been at this hospital 2 years now. She has made my life a living hell this whole time.
What are some examples?
Right.
Like, just, you don't have to give a bunch, just like 2 things.
I always get the worst messes you could ever think of, from vomit to diarrhea to blood and needles. No matter where people are, she will find me on my break or wherever and pull me in so that I have to clean it up.
Like, if you've been a nurse for a certain amount of time, maybe like the newbie nurses get stuck with like the grosser jobs because they're kind of making them like pay their dues. And you feel like she's seeking you out as like a veteran nurse to do stuff that newer nurses should do. Is it like that kind of thing?
Just with her for 2 years, but I transferred from another hospital where I was there for 10.
Oh, yeah. So you're not a new nurse.
then that's not called for.
But if you go to another place, you're still treated as a newbie.
Well, I mean, she always gives me horrible shifts. She's a verbal abuser. She talks down on me.
Oh, that's not cool.
She just doesn't like you.
No.
Oh, yeah. And can I ask this question? Are you the only one that feels this way about this nurse? Does she treat a lot of people the same way, or do you feel like you're like her only victim?
I feel like she targets me. I've talked to other nurses, my colleagues, and they seem to think that she's so kind, she's so sweet, and they don't understand why she talks to me that way or why I'm always getting these horrible shifts.
So instead of telling us, why didn't you just tell her this? I mean, are you going to blow this job up?
I already have another job lined up. I really don't care what happens. I have to get this off my chest.
Well, let's get to it then, because she's standing by and she doesn't know why. I don't want to spend too much time rehashing all the terrible things she does, but we are going to.
You got to let her know why she's here.
Right,
She knows
we're
the show. She listens.
Yeah. Veronica, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. Thanks for standing by and joining the show. Good morning.
Hello. What's going on?
Well, Veronica, since you know the show, on Tuesdays we do Revenge, and can you imagine who would have you on this?
Oh, my gosh, no.
Danielle is standing by. She's conferenced in, and she has told us about your working relationship. Danielle, say hi to Veronica.
Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Danielle. It seems really inappropriate.
Oh, totally inappropriate. I don't think you know the half of it.
Danielle has let us know that you do not treat her well at work.
You're a bully.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this is insane. From the minute you came to work with us, you were like the spoiled little one who was always taking breaks, doesn't pitch in. There's like disasters right and left, and you're always never there.
Veronica, before here, I've worked 10 years, okay, as a nurse. And before that, you were being a nurse for 7 years. How dare you? The audacity that you think you have seniority over me because I've only been working with you for 2 years, that you can treat me how you're treating me?
This is the perfect example. You feel like the world owes you something. I'm your boss.
But Veronica, she said you were verbally abusive to her, like used profanity.
You have called me a bitch several times, once in front of my patient.
God.
Once in
Probably
front of
on
the
a night shift when it's like
custodian.
you won't do the simplest things.
Danielle has already told us about your relationship with her, Veronica. You're not going to agree with what she told us, but there is more information we have yet to learn. And you are on the phone with us now, so we can all learn it together. So, Danielle, what else do we need to know?
Veronica, I know one of your major secrets. I know that you have been dating a doctor, and you have been secretly meeting with him and rendezvousing with him at the hospital. I know which room you go into. I put a camera in there, and I have you guys on tape.
Uh-oh.
And I can easily send this to your
so
husband.
Inappropriate.
Oh,
Husband?
damn. You're married?
Oh, my God.
Husband.
Now, I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy. I know that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. For real? You've got her on tape
Yeah.
cheating.
I have her on tape. I knew I had to make sure that I had evidence on you lying and being sneaky and manipulative because no one's been listening to me, but they're going to hear me today.
Nothing to do.
It has everything to do with your personality.
Wait, hang on a second, ladies. Is it against company policy to fraternize with doctors or any coworker?
Yes.
This is so unbelievably inappropriate, and it's, oh my God, I'm hanging up. I cannot believe you. You're such a f***ing
Whoa.
Hello?
Now,
Hello?
Veronica's
She's
gone. Danielle, are you really going to send that to her husband?
Yeah. Why not? It's revenge.
Oh, my.
I mean,
You're gonna
the
blow it up.
The threat of it is already making her mad. You could just walk away from that clean now, but
No, because no one is going to believe me if I don't show this tape. They're going to think that I was making it up. So, no, I am sharing it, and I am filing another complaint with HR about Veronica because Veronica is really a Karen in nurses' clothing.
well, it sounds like the HR might have a problem with you, so it's a good thing you're leaving because I think
Yeah.
that you terminated for putting a camera in their facility.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah, good thing you're leaving. You probably
Yeah, they
kicked-
probably-
I would
fired.
just let this whole thing go and walk away.
But then this could help with HR. Talk to her, and maybe she'll learn to not
It's
be
true.
mean
And
to
it could
other
also
people.
help the husband, too. This poor guy's at home and his wife's cheating on him.
That sucks.
So it does happen in real life, not just on Grey's Anatomy.
It's proof.
Well, Danielle, best of luck to you on your next job.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. I don't know.
Careful.
I don't think I could do something like that. I would not feel good. I know if she's having an adulterous affair, that's shame on her, but I would not be the one that would want to
Blow that
bring
up.
that to somebody's attention.
Unless you're ready to get a job at a different place.
Oh, if you
So
treat
that
me
you can
bad and you're
escape the
just a
drama.
jerk,
yeah.
screw it.
A lot of people are like that. That's why revenge is always a busy tab that people are sending
A lot
Eric
of people
Karen
reach out for it.
situations. Go to krbe.com. I have to acknowledge that a lot of kids are driving to school right now with their parents and they're about to take a STAR test. One person said, my third grader has taken her first STAR test. Please send her and all the third graders the best of luck today. Her name is Lauren, like Ralph Lauren, LOL.
Was that what they said?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Because Lauren is not a common name. That's so funny. It's because there's a girl named Parisa. I think it's Parisa, P-A-R, like Paris with an A. She's turning 15 today. Happy birthday.
Happy
to you.
birthday.
And is it Parisa? Is it Parisa? Is it Parisa? I don't know how to, we don't see pronunciations
I know, it's hard.
and accents on text, but happy birthday to you. And if you're taking a STAR test too, well, big Roula and Ryan show with Eric Hug. Get you through that
Good
day.
luck.
The
You got
teachers
this.
too.
Now,
It's
coming
very
up next,
stressful.
we've got a, go through the listener lines every single day, and there was a call that came in.
On
and
Sunday.
It really spoke to me. I could hear the anguish and the pain and the sadness.
Well, I mean, if you got ears, you can.
Yeah, everybody could hear it.
No,
It's
I know.
pretty
I
depressing.
just got
Depression alert, because it is very triggering if you are in a low place in your life, because obviously the call was left in a very vulnerable time.
We told Ahmad to call her at 6:40, and then she said she had to go to work at 7:20. But I wanted Ryan to at least talk to her, because
I talked to her.
What she said, I was worried. We haven't talked to her, and it's Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is something gonna?
We'll play
is she
the.
gonna be okay? And then he's talked to her. And
She
But
said
the
said
thing
she-
that
she
she's
said she
struggling
would
with
talk.
is something a lot of women might be struggling with, and they don't talk about it. Is that right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let her say her piece next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk, I-10 East Freeway westbound at Los.
Now people are going to be like, email it to me. Send it to me.
Look, we'll be the first
Destroy
ones to
it.
admit that, you're really great,
Oh, that was
but you've
fun.
gotten so much better. I think Kevin wants everybody to realize that he has grown exponentially.
There was a cameo in there from Mumbles' wife, Caroline.
Oh, and Phoenix
She
was
our
on that.
intern, and Phoenix was singing on that, too. Star testing window is through May, says a texter. So we have a long road ahead, but it's just getting started right now. The STAR test. The teachers and the parents and the kids are all stressed out.
They all agree that it sucks.
It sucks.
Nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's how
Nobody
schools
wants
get
to do
ranked.
it.
What happens when they change the name of it again? Because you and I took the TASP.
Or the tax. It was TASP, but then it was
TASP,
tax.
then tax, right.
Now it's STAR.
Okay.
We had,
I don't know.
I had SRA or something like that.
Oh, I remember the SRA. But that was more like a reading comprehension type test, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't
And
comprehend it.
And when that song came out in 2012, when Kevin did it, they were actually still using Scantrons and number 2 pencils. I think now it's digital. So I'm not sure how that works. Somebody can text it at 37530. All right, let me give out the listener line number, 713-278-VENT. This is a line that's open 24/7. You can leave us messages about what you hear on podcasts, what you're hearing on the live show. If you have questions or comments, and a lot of people have used it in the past as their therapy line because they need somebody to talk to, and we are very honored that you trust us like family.
Yeah.
Even though you don't know us, we have a connection every morning in your routine, and that's where this call came from Jenna.
Well, I think that so many people, they get to this point, and we're going to talk to her after we play this call, but you get to that point where you need somebody. And we're going to play this call, and then afterwards, we'll take your suggestions. But Jenna reached out to us the other night, and this is what she said.
I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Drained. Every day is a fight. I'm in a male-dominant industry, and every day is being spoken at, not spoken to. Not being able to finish a sentence, not being able to finish a thought. At home, don't have my own space. I don't have a family I can call and vent to. I'm tired of being the one shoulder that everybody relies on, and I don't have anyone. I'm so tired. So tired again. I can't anymore, and I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted of everything. I'm just sick and tired. And I can't do this anymore. I'm sick and tired. Not respected, not just being. I'm tired of just being the person people talk at. I just want to be a person people talk to. I want to be able to finish a sentence. I want to be able to finish a thought. Not just being told everything I'm doing wrong. I'm sick and tired of my husband not giving me privacy to even cry. I'm tired of having to worry.
When I heard that, it just breaks my heart.
So we've got Jenna on the line, and I want to get her on live because it's nice to hear from the person who left you a message when they were so deep down in it.
Yeah.
And get more information. Jenna, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Listen, first
Jenna.
of all, I want to thank you so much for trusting us with that call on the listener line. I think a lot of people who feel, beat down in everyday life and all facets of their life, like it sounds like you were right now and into that moment, and that brought you to the brink. You don't know where to go, so I'm glad you utilized that for us. Obviously,
And that's
it's
why we wanted to
triggered Ryan
talk
a
to you,
lot.
because we didn't want to play it unless
We knew.
we had your
You're-
permission. I mean, it's like
You're okay.
I know we'd say anything
Yeah.
we put on here we can play type thing, but still.
And I assured you, that you can't really recognize the voices through the phone. Roula's called in when she was out sick before, and we couldn't even tell it was her. So you're
First of all, you left it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And today's Tuesday.
Mhm.
I mean, how are you feeling right now? I mean, I know that.
I'm feeling overwhelmed still. I honestly, I only honestly just listening to it. It makes me so sad because I mean, my husband is great. My kids are great. I have a high schooler that's going to college in a few months. I have a 11-year-old going to middle school in a few months, and I have a good job, but it's so exhausting that I am the one person that it's like my identity it's a blur now. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and those are good things to have. I'm not talking down about it. I mean, there's women out there that want to be moms. There's women out there that are hoping to be a wife, and there's women that don't want none of those things. But I'm so tired of that just being my identity that
it's okay.
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
Can I throw this out to you, Jenna? You've obviously struck a nerve because instantly, just from your call playing, people are texting at 37530 that I feel her to the core. I can be her friend. As a woman in a male dominant industry, I understand her. Please offer her my number as a person who can be her friend. Another person said, I feel her to the core. I'm not in a male dominant business, but I am the person everyone comes to for everything. And I have no one. I can't have feelings. I can't get angry, or I'm told I'm crazy. My thoughts don't matter. My feelings don't matter. You are not the only woman who has felt like you carry the world and you're just supposed to do it. And you're not allowed to slow down or be tired or have a sick day or have a moment. Otherwise, you're having a nervous breakdown.
Is there a way to fix this?
Yeah.
How, as a man, men like to fix things. And sometimes women just want to be heard, like you were saying. Is there?
And that's one
change of job.
That's one of the things I told my husband. I told him because my husband is great. My husband is 100 out of 10, and I tell him I don't need you to fix me. I don't need you to fix me, and I know that if I tell you that there's something wrong with me, you'll want to fix me and you'll want to put me in a pedestal. And no, I need to be able to feel things, because one of the things that I've been told repeatedly in this field is it's facts, not feelings. It's facts, not feelings. It's facts, not feelings. And feelings come with facts. And when I get into a meeting, if you see my emails, I am the only female in those emails. I'm the only female in those meetings. And I have to drop my voice an octave to be heard.
Oh, wow.
It is. We just bought a house not long ago, and our realtor, a female realtor, and my husband was speaking over her until I finally put him aside, and I told him, I know you mean well, but you need to listen, because she's trying to give us the answer. But it's so infuriating not being able to say something, because then I'm sensitive.
Right.
And Jenna, you're not alone. There are so many people texting in that are going through the exact same thing.
And have been going through it, Jenna. This is the way of a woman's life in the workforce, in the family life, in the house.
Hearing you say that, I feel so horribly guilty, because I am just like your husband. And I know, Eric, you are too. Like, we just want to fix things, and it's our nature to want to be that way. And you have lost your identity along the way. You are so busy taking care of everybody else that you're not taking care of your own needs. And I wanted to give you a number right off the bat. Anybody that's listening right now that's going through something like this, there's a great organization. It's the Harris Center, okay? And if you can write this down, it's 713-970-7000. Once again, that's 713-970-7000.
And what does the Harris Center do? I know we've talked about them before.
They
People
will
that don't
counsel
know.
you. When I was at my lowest point in my whole life, and this is not too long ago, I reached out to them. They were actually talking to me about doing another charity with them. And I said, I feel like a hypocrite, because I feel just like Jenna did. I'm don't know what you're going through. I don't know what it's like to be a woman or not be heard.
Her problem is she's a woman and a male, and men, and it's not her that's changed, it's men that have to change.
Absolutely.
In the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
But
because she's not being heard.
That's, it sounds like her husband's great, but it's at work.
It's work.
Yeah.
She can't
Which
break
she
through.
Is there for what, 40 plus hours a week?
Yeah.
Right.
And then
I work. My work phone starts and starts ringing any day of the day. It can be midnight. It can be 1 o'clock. I'm in the oil and gas industry, so my phone has to be glued to me. And if I don't answer, it goes to another supervisor that happens to be a male.
Okay, so if you don't answer, it's like, oh, well, what is she doing? Why is she not taking the phone calls? Jenna, can I ask you to do anything for yourself? Like, are you able to go to the gym? Are you able to go and do your hair? Or
go
your
for
nails?
a walk, even for 30 minutes by yourself to breathe the oxygen. Have your thoughts.
Do you ever take time for yourself? See, and you need to do that, girl.
I know, and to hear you need to do that is one thing versus actually doing it.
Like even like Roula said, a walk. You know what I mean? Like during your lunch break, make that a priority. Everybody gets a certain lunch break. It's like,
but I don't think, you know what, Sam, I hear you, but I've been, Jenna, where people can tell me that up till they're blue in the face. I can't do it.
Yes.
So
it's not that I don't want to.
Right. I feel
it's not
you,
that
Jenna,
I don't want to. It's that I.
Yeah.
You have to make you a priority.
Because when you get home, the crunch time starts. You know, when then you're trying to manage a home life and lean into your family life, but then your phone is glued to you. And then you're like, okay, sometimes, I get really frustrated with us as general working humans, because have you ever been with someone in your life or yourself where somebody from work texts you at 8:20 and you feel like you have to get right to the text or respond to the email? It's like, okay, it's 8:20 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be at dinner or putting my kids to bed or something.
Yeah.
That person that sent you the text or the email should think about that. But instead, you're stressed out thinking, well, if I don't get back to it, they're going to think I'm not locked in.
Yeah.
No, this is, I don't know how we can change it. I don't know if it's changeable, but you are absolutely speaking to so many people, Jenna, because for those who are just tuning in to the Roula and Ryan show there, Jenna left us a voicemail on the listener line, and she has acknowledged she is happy to be a mother. She is happy to be a wife. She is happy to have her job. But it is very overwhelming when you lose your identity as a person. And a lot of moms, Jenna, who are not working moms, go through this identity crisis when their kids graduate high school, because they're like, well, all I've been is the sport mom, the drama mom, the play mom, the theater mom, the cheer mom. I've been doing it, the booster mom, the room mom.
Someone texted, it's okay to be selfish once in a while.
Yes.
It's not even selfish.
Yes, I understand. But I'm overwhelmed with guilt of not being able to have a warm cooked meal for my husband, for my kids. Even just not knowing if my dogs have been in the crate too long or they need to go out. It's so many fears of failing.
I would talk
in everything. Because
talk to your husband too. If you said he's 100 out of 10, he can
make a warm meal.
Do it 2 or 3 times a week, and I bet he'd love to do that.
Yeah.
That's
how he can help you.
He does.
Right.
He cooks. This whole weekend, my phone, it was just constant emergencies, and he made breakfast, and our daughter had a sleepover, and we took care of the girls together, and in. Have you ever heard the Barbie speech from Erica Ferrero?
Of course, 100%. Who hasn't? That was amazing.
Yeah.
It's the nail right on the head.
I can't even hear it without crying, because it's not just the line; it's a reality.
Totally.
And
you can be pretty, but don't be too pretty. You get me thin, but don't be too thin. But don't be too nice. But then if you're too mean, oh my God! Like, it is the catch-22 of just being female. And Jenna, you have been heard. There are so many people that are going through this. A lot of people are reaching out. If you can hang on the line off the air, we'll connect you with some of the information we're getting, and Ahmad can talk to you off the air so y'all can connect with those numbers, because a lot of people have ideas or people you can talk to or places you can go. Some people are saying, like, try and connect with a mom group, even if that's just on your phone, to kind of let you have some stress relief. I want to take some calls because there are moms standing by. Carla's a single mom, and she knows the exact feeling. So I know the calls are going to build. You can listen to some of those as we take them on the other side when we take a break, because I feel
I'd love
like
to hear from women that were you maybe a year ago or 5 years ago, and they're not feeling that way
anymore.
anymore.
Yes, because one texter
And how
Eric
did they
said
do
that. She said, "I've been there. You can get through it." To that texter, I
How
want to
did you get through
respond.
it?
How did you get through
That's
it?
what she needs. She maybe needs some of that.
Yes, 833-390-KRBE. Jenna, thanks so much for bringing this topic to the table. We love you.
Thank
We're
you,
so
guys.
happy you told us
You're
about
not
your
alone.
struggle because you've opened up a conversation
Thank
now.
you guys for listening, taking those calls and listening.
Remember.
I had no one, and you guys were there. Thank you so much.
You are a good person.
Forever
Remember
grateful
that.
to you guys.
Oh, my God,
hold
Jenna,
on.
you're so sweet. Hang on the line. Let me just put you on hold so we can make sure we have you connected on the other side. And we'll be right back with your calls for Jenna and for all
right, we usually
women
do Celebrity
listening
Scoop
who
here,
feel
brought to you by
Jenna.
Taqueria Sarandas.
But we just talked to a woman named Jenna who left us a voicemail on Sunday. And she was really emotional. She was broken down, crying because she's exhausted. She has lost her identity. She is a mother. She is a wife. She works in a male-dominated industry. Her phone is constantly glued to her. It goes off at all times, and she's expected to always be on top of the game. And she's lost herself, and she is just so, broken about it. And
the
she
same
didn't really
time-
have anybody to talk to about it.
At the same time, Roula, she was very grateful for all the blessings that she has in this
Yes,
life.
100%. She said she does live her life. She appreciates being a mom. She appreciates being a wife. It's just, she just feels like she has nobody and she can't find an escape. So,
I think this is important for men to listen to this segment as well. Like, I'm going to step back and you ladies take it away. But I think it's important for guys to hear this, how desperately your woman needs to be heard.
or just women that you work
Or
with.
coworker, even.
I mean, so many women are texting. They work in these different industries, and they are talked over and talked down to, and told they're too sensitive or emotional in meetings.
I mean, the
Still,
word mansplaining came out, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
exactly.
But Eric, you brought up a very good point about it's our nature as men to want to fix things. And that's why I just
But sometimes men can just be rude and just...
dismissive.
dismissive.
And I just think every man needs to hear this segment as well.
So she says she works in oil and gas. And just the first caller I want to take is John, who works in oil and gas, because this is the person, they don't actually work
Yeah,
together,
but
but
that
he
field.
represents like who she's talking about. She works in a male-dominated industry. She's the only woman in the room, on the emails, on the calls. And John wanted to make a comment about that. Hi, John. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What's going on?
Morning.
So can you open our eyes to something to help Jenna along that we don't realize?
Yeah, so I work in the oil and gas industry as well. I'm gone a lot from the house, and I've worked with females. 2 weeks on at a time. They come and go because they feel like the guys in our field are just so disrespectful, and they're so look, there's a female. Let me kind of harass her a little bit. Like I don't want to say like sexual harassment, but like you don't see a lot of females out in the field, and Jenna, I know what you're going through with the phone because my phone is always blowing up as well. Like, I gotta answer this. I gotta take this call. Oh, I gotta check this email. I gotta get this text message out. When I tell you that it can be so overwhelming to see that in person, as far as a supervisor or just another employee being so rude and disrespectful to a woman because she can't pick up this 24-pound pipe wrench, or she can't swing this hammer like you can. We'll give her a chance, dude. You're not letting her try. Like,
So what you're saying is, you, as a male in the oil and gas industry, you have seen how women are treated, and you do not
Yes.
like it either. So
No,
you're just getting her
no,
back that yes,
I
it is a
don't.
struggle. I hear you.
I hate it. It hurts me to the core because she's out here trying to do what we're trying to do to make this great money to better herself, to better her family, and you're just putting her down because she's out here. Oh, well, she needs to go be a nurse or something. Nah, dude, she want to be out here with us, then give her a shot. Let her try.
Yep. John, you know what? I love you for calling
Amen.
in to echo that you actually feel that way. That it's not every single guy out there feels the same. That you actually feel for her, and you empathize with what women go through in the work field, especially in that field. So we really appreciate you, John. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We're going to try and get as many calls as we can at 833-390-KRBE. Let's go to Madeline up first. Hi, Madeline. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
What's your comment for Jenna?
I have so much advice for her in such a little time, but Speaking from the mom side of it, I was telling him I'm a young mom. I'm 26 and I have a 9-month-old. But one of the best advices that I received from other parents that have been doing this a lot longer is that you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be able to fill yourself up and, like you were saying, take some time for yourself, whether that be a walk or getting your nails done or whatever it is you like to do, sit in the bath for an hour. But you have to be able to make sure you're at 100% before you can take care of anybody else, your spouse, your children, cooking dinner, being your best at work. And that's just really important as a woman overall, not just mothers. And then from the childhood aspect, I did see my mom go through an actual mental breakdown, working 3 jobs and going through that. So I think it's important, you got to be 100% for your kids. No, your child doesn't want to see you go through those things. So take care of yourself first and put yourself first. And don't be afraid to take up space. In this male-dominated industry, men are always, not always, there are some like John before me. I think it's just in their nature, like you said, to fix things and want to know the answer always. But you have to be able to take up that space because my dad raised me, and you have to be able to, speak for yourself and don't let anybody talk over you.
Yep.
You can't change people's expectations of you, but you can change your expectations for yourself.
I like that.
That is so well put.
That's good. Can't pour from an empty cup. And then one thing that we say on this show is you have to teach people how to treat you. Right?
Yeah, you actually are teaching them how to treat you without realizing you're doing it.
Yeah.
People will learn how to treat you based on how you're acting.
And sometimes you might be afraid, especially like if you are not a senior person in your industry, you're afraid to bite back, as it were.
It's hard when you're starting out.
But I mean, it's not always going to be the situation where you're going to lose a job just because you ask for respect, right?
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. Cassie's up next at 833-390-KRBE. Well, said special K. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Good morning.
What's your message from Jenna? Or did Jenna strike a chord with you?
Jenna struck such a huge chord with me. I myself, and I will say this may not be the move for everybody, but I myself escaped a job that was making me feel exactly like she was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And like just this past week. And it was just, really awful. While there were women in my industry, really it was a male-dominated field, and, I was on call 24/7, just always waiting for the other shoe to drop, something to go wrong. It was just nerve-wracking. I mean, you go all day long. You're responsible for so much, and then you come home and the kids need you, and, you just never get to turn it off. And me, I don't have parents. I'm a 29-year-old single mom and an orphan. And so I don't really have anybody to lean back on. I've had some health issues, and I told one of the executives at the company I was working at months ago that I had been putting off a biopsy because I was afraid of attendance repercussions because I have kids, and it was viewed poorly. It was viewed poorly if you were taking time off work, consistently, which consistent can be the flu running through the household.
Right.
Yeah, your kid gets sick, you get sick.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so it's like I told him, I said, I'm afraid to take time off for a biopsy that I was supposed to get months ago. And this was August of last year. I just now have it scheduled for this week, Friday. When I told him that, he told me, oh, don't do that. You'll find another job.
What in the world?
So they're saying don't put off the biopsy. You'll find another job, not don't put off the biopsy. We got your back. It's fine. Take the day off. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
So the person said to you, you will find another job. Because you're going to miss a day to go get a biopsy. And that is why you quit this week. You were right to do that.
Yeah. And I'm talking like vice president of the company.
People are gross.
I mean, how do these people sleep at night?
I cannot.
And this dude probably has a daughter too. Like someday.
Yes. When I at this company, I will say they gave me such grace. Early last year, I lost my grandmother who raised me, and they did give me the time off to take care of her, which was held over my head afterwards. And so I'll say they gave me the grace in the beginning, but that really tainted their view of me thereafter because I was taking care of my family.
It's called no empathy.
And so it was, a lot of that, the way that I speak, I'm very direct, and I'm going to speak to somebody above me the same way that I'm going to speak to somebody at my level. I'm just very blunt and direct, and, I get told that I'm abrasive or, that I come off as condescending or aggressive when I'm speaking in the same way that a man would.
Yeah.
You're just being real.
Except for the difference. Right, exactly. Except for the difference is I'm respectful. I don't speak, I don't speak over people. I give them their turn to speak. But, I don't sugarcoat things. I'm very blunt and direct, and, I make good business decisions because of it. It's just not always well received. And so, being a woman in a field like that is just, it's exhausting, and you absolutely will lose your identity. And I feel like my identity was so much wrapped up in that job that I felt like if I was doing a bad job, I was doing a bad job at my life.
Yeah.
And I just decided that for me, I had to cut the cord.
Yeah. We don't have much time, like in 10 seconds, like what are you doing now? Like, are you,
I am about to be a service advisor at a dealership, so I will get to turn it off at the end of the day. I won't be on call 24/7. This is gonna be more of a sales position rather than salaried, which hopefully means that I can earn more with the extra hours that I put in instead of just putting in extra hours and being told to use. I had worked an 80-hour week and was asked to use an hour of PTO at a salary position.
Oh, hell no!
Was it an oil and gas job? I'm just curious, Cassie. Was this an oil and gas job?
No, but it's such a niche industry, and the company that I worked for was the leader in that industry, so I don't necessarily want to name it.
You don't have to name it. I just didn't know what field of work we're talking about here, because a lot of people are talking about oil and gas and how you literally signed a document, I guess, that says they have you 24/7. Like, that's how stressful it is, and depending on the position you take and all this, and it just goes back to even though earlier this week we had the conversation about people in Europe think we work ourselves to death. Well, we do because you need the paycheck, and people are making sacrifices.
Well, the phones are full. We could just leave, I think, listener line messages.
Yeah, 713-278-VENT.
Sprinkle them in throughout the week or try and fit it in again.
And definitely if you found your way to get over the hump of where Jenna is feeling, like where can you find some
solace?
Where do you find that?
I would like to give out the Hair Center number one more time, because they have, I'm texting them all morning, and they give immediate support. They've got the resources. It's 24/7. You can call them at any time, 713-970-7000. Once again, 713-970-7000.
All right. What a good topic to bring up, whether you were ready for it or not. And now we're ready for Try It Tuesday. Are we going to hate this? Are we going to love this? Is it good for us? Is it bad for us?
It's good for us. So I don't know if we're going to love it. There's no chocolate. It's nothing's fried.
Yeah,
it's a
good
drink.
Never tastes good, or good for you never tastes great.
It's supposed to be good for us? I don't know. My son is all to the restroom, and then we go automated. I don't know. We'll talk about what it is exactly and how to find it
after
we taste it. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.